Coming up on this edition of Beyond the Brief, Valentine's Day. We'll share with you what some folks around Lynn had to say about their Valentine's Day plans, and it's not exactly romantic for everyone.
No, it's not, and I'll be sitting down with licensed psychotherapist Gail DeCina from Lynn's Counseling Center to discuss some tips on coping with the ups and downs of college dating. Beyond the Brief starts right now. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Brief, presented by iPulse. I'm Ricky Freeberry.
And I'm Arianna Shaffer. According to the History Channel, there are various theories to explain the true origins of Valentine's Day. The Pope, around 480 AD, declared February 14th as the feast of one of the three Saint Valentines. Other stories claim Valentine may have been killed for attempting to help Christians escape harsh Roman prisons.
In Great Britain, Valentine's Day was celebrated by all social classes, and by the middle of the 18th century, it gained further popularity. Valentine's Day cards started to be exchanged in France and later in America. It's also celebrated in Canada, Mexico, as well as Australia.
In 1840, the first commercial Valentine cards were made. According to the Greeting Card Association, an estimated 1 billion Valentine's Day cards are sent each year, making Valentine's Day the second largest card sending holiday of the year. So what do those around Lynn think about Valentine's Day? I went around campus to find out.
I think Valentine's Day is a hallmark holiday, and I think a lot of these companies make money on Valentine's Day, but it would be nice if men did more things to make women feel special on that day. But they don't, so maybe you can help out.
I come from Argentina, not from the States, and we don't celebrate that over there. But from I know, from the TV, from music, from, when we see you guys celebrate it. I think it's nice to celebrate couples. That's cool.
I think every day should be Valentine's Day. If you're in love, you should treat your girlfriend or husband, wife, boyfriend like every day is Valentine's Day, because you appreciate them and you want to show them by doing special terms of endearment, buying them flowers out of the clear blue, cooking dinner for them. So the specific day is a little overrated, and I think expectations have a lot to do with it. So if you expect something, you're going to be disappointed usually.
We would love to hear more of your thoughts on Valentine's Day and what love means to you in general. Just leave a comment here on the YouTube page.
For over 30 years, Gail DeCina has worked with couples on resolving their relationship issues. I sat down with her to discuss her insights into relationships. Mrs. DeCina, thank you for joining us today. For the viewers, will you tell us a little bit about your background? It seems like quite a resume.
Oh, well, I'm a licensed clinical social worker and a certified addiction professional, and I've been practicing since 1982. And I work here at the Counseling Center as a psychotherapist and as the substance abuse prevention and treatment specialist. And I've worked in private practice, been an adjunct instructor, have worked with a variety of populations, students at a university level, children, adolescents, adults, elderly, with individual, group, couple, and therapy.
Well, speaking of couples and with Valentine's Day on the horizon, you say one of the top 3 reasons students here at the university come into the Counseling Center is because of relationship issues. What are some of the common issues you see?
Mostly they have to do with issues of trust, respect, and communication problems within a relationship.
How does one address these issues? Is it trust? You have to have that foundation first?
Yes, yeah, trust, and well, you have to have all 3, but trust, yes, is definitely the basic foundation. People need to feel that they can trust the person they're with their thoughts and with their feelings, and if they've agreed to be in a relationship just with one another, then they have to trust that they're going to have that fidelity as well.
And what are your tips? I know it varies from case to case, but what are your common tips for building trust?
Well, to have good open communication and make sure that each person is on the same page with what they want in the relationship. to make sure that respect exists and that they speak to one another in a respectful manner, that they show respect through their actions as well as their words, and also to make sure that they're listening to what the person is saying to them and that they're responding in a non-judgmental manner, a caring manner, that they're there for the individual. And all three are really combined.
In communication, not everyone is maybe the best communicator. What are your tips for keeping it open, communication? Even if you're not the best at maybe saying I love you or things like that, what do you say to them?
Well, one of the exercises that we do with couples is we'll have somebody say something that's important to them, and then we'll ask the other person, what is it that you heard? Can you repeat that back? And sometimes couples can privately do that with one another and make sure that what they've said has been understood, and to have each of them come up with different ways that their needs can be fulfilled and communicate that to one another, so they make sure that they've heard what the person is asking for. And sometimes people don't always know when someone asks them for something how to respond. So sometimes the onus is on the person that's asking for it to really let them know exactly what it is that they need and how the person can meet their needs.
Your third tip you advise, what do you have for us with the third?
In terms of advice in relationships, basically it's important that a person know themselves so they know what it is that they want in a relationship with someone else, that they have self-respect so that others can respond to that and be respectful. They have to love themselves before they can give love in a relationship. They have to have some shared common interests.
As we wrap up, you hit on an interesting note, the media and the perceptions they give out. Is there anything in our society today that you'd like to address about love and relationships that you think absurd?
Well, I think it's more of a message sometimes that's given, whether they're advertising online dating services or cosmetics or whatever, and they make sometimes people to be not really realistic. They're airbrushed and everyone thinks that, oh, this is the perfect person. But most people are not like that, and to really everyone to accept one another as just a regular person, and realizing that a lot of that is subliminal messages, that it might really not be that way, and that people shouldn't feel dissatisfied with themselves and how they look, and not look at the outside and the superficial, but more of the substance of an individual.
If you'd like to contact Mrs. DeCina or any number of the counselors, so you can stop by the Freiburger offices, what are your hours?
We are there Monday through Thursday, 8 to 8, and Friday, 9 to 5.
And your door's always open?
Or unless we're seeing a student.
All right.
But if not, our receptionist is there, and she can direct you to who is available.
Mrs. DeCina, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Ricky. If you haven't made a Valentine yet or just want to get into the spirit, the Night's Activities team is sponsoring Build a Critter on Monday, February 14th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., where you can decorate stuffed animals with Valentine's Day charms. This event is free and all materials will be provided.
This concludes Beyond the Brief. Happy Valentine's Day to our viewers, and of course to you, Arianna.
Thanks, Ricky. Happy Valentine's Day to you, too. And
Thanks.
to all of our viewers, happy Valentine's Day. Have a great week and weekend.